Here are 5 simple, actionable content styles slash frameworks you can use to become more prolific on social platforms like Twitter or LinkedIn, especially as an entrepreneur, right? If you don't tell your story every day, who's going to do that for you, right? Like every company today is a media company and only a few are acting like it. And everybody else is kind of getting carpeted by others' voices and other stories. So the 5 actionable frameworks that I'll give you is, and you could be an introverted founder, you could be a very shy person, or you've been on the sidelines for too long. Like, it doesn't matter, right? You could still get into the arena and use one of these 5, right? So every single day, use one of these 5. So number 1 is a small win. Document a small win that happened to you as a founder, right? There must be something that may have happened in the last 7 days as a good news, or last a month, right? So document that small win. It could be as simple as getting a warm meeting with the customer, or getting a warm meeting with an investor. It could be getting a new hire into the team. It could be any number of things. It could be getting your first, $100 in MRR, any number of things. And I think, as treacherous as the journey of being a founder is, we don't pause enough to celebrate the small wins. And this small win is really for yourself, right? Document it so you can look back in the future. It's not to impress anybody or to flex on anyone. Anyway, so number 1. Number 2 is shout out. Offer a shout out to someone who you admire or who you resonate with. And it could be maybe even a customer, right? Who took 3 extra minutes, to give you a piece of feedback. Or it could be an investor who made another connection to another investor. Or it could even be to just another peer, another founder who's in the journey and could use a little pat on the back, because being a founder is freaking hard, as you know. So that's number 2, shout out. Number 3 is a progress update, right? Like, document something that you as the founder or the company has made progress in. It could be something as a feature that you shipped last week or this day. It could be as simple as a marketing update. You may have had a rebranding update. It could be any number of things. You don't overthink this. It doesn't have to be a massive launch update only. It could be any one of the micro pieces that build momentum. This is very important, because if you don't get excited about the micro parts of the company building that you're doing, nobody else is going to do that for you. Nobody else is going to notice, right? So you can't leave that piece in the footnote of your customer email. Bring it to social media, bring it to the forefront. That's 3. So number 4 is lesson learned. Lesson learned is as simple as reflecting on what's a new non-obvious lesson or something that was a reminder that you just had this week. And as founders, we have so many lessons that we learn and relearn and have to sometimes unlearn as we go along the way, right? If you take 2 minutes to think about this and document it, it could help one other founder who might be following you or who might come across this because of Twitter or LinkedIn's algorithm, right? And these lessons are key because it also shows, from the public's point of view, it also shows that you're the kind of person who is a giver, who shares the lessons and tips and insights. Number 4. Number 5 is share one obvious resource that helped you or a tool that helped you in the journey. This is so easy to do. Even on your shit days, you can post about one tool that you use every day that may not be obvious for others. For example, a tool that I use called Snapper, XNAPPER.com, is the one that takes screenshots for on my Mac. So anytime I take a screenshot of a website or a small piece of a website, it creates a nice border and blurs out any of the sensitive data. And it's so beautiful, so simple. But people don't know about that. I mean, not enough people know about that. So just tweeting about that, and if I know the founder, giving a shout out, tagging that person, can make that person's day. And if that ends up getting 4 new customers because of the tweet or one, you just made someone's day, right? How cool is that, right? And these are 5 specific content buckets that I usually advise and recommend for early stage founders to talk about. You cannot miss with any of these. You don't have to do all the 5. Pick one for the day and ship it. The most important thing is don't spend more than 15 minutes on any one of these. If you're doing more than that, you're trying to be the next Shakespeare, you're trying to write the next Pulitzer Prize winning essay, and that's not the game. This is about micro sharing, micro giving, and getting your butt off the seat of in the spectator gallery, right? So go from being a spectator to being a active contributor on social media. And by that, you'll build your personal brand.